Hello, my name is Megatron Bison, and welcome to this Let's Play for Resident Evil on the PlayStation. This is part 3 of the Let's Play, and today we are returning to the mansion with Jill. Once again, I just snip out the item management because nobody needs to see that, and I'm stocking up on weapons here because, as you've seen from the previous episode, the hunters are now loose, and, well, the only good hunter's a dead hunter, really. As I'm hopefully going to get the show here. First of all, we take a wee trip up the stairs. And down there you can see we've got a hunter with his back to us, so, well, we're going to shoot him with a bazooka then. Or that was the plan, except he was too far away, so that's more like it. Nice one hit kills on him. And as you might remember, around here there was actually a locked door for the helmet key, and since we've got that, we can use it. But first I decided to take out this hunter, mainly to use up the ammo, but in the process of doing so got myself cheekily slapped twice, so was it worth it? Yes, it was, because if you remember, I'd also decided to leave a green herb around here, so I can use that to heal myself up. Again, it's best not to use all the herbs first time around in the mansion. If you want to leave a few lying around for yourself, given the fact that your return to the mansion is considerably more dangerous, just due to the fact that there's hunters there at all. Hunters is when the game gets really nasty, in my opinion, because they're that much more challenging than the dogs or the zombies. But anyway, we've used our helmet key, and there's a hole open in the fireplace, but let's check out the piano over here. I wonder what Jill's going to play this time. Yeah, it's the return of Yawn. Although this time he's looking a little worse for wear. Now I'm gonna get these acid rounds ready and hopefully take them on. Acid rounds are particularly effective against Yawn's snake, so it's good to keep them handy for him. They're also very good against hunters as well, but as you can see, 2 bites and I'm near dead already, so I'm definitely gonna be healing myself and getting the shotgun ready. And hey, the snake melts away, and now it's time for a cutscene.
Jill, have you found anything interesting?
Yes, but I can't see very well.
How about going down to check by yourself? I have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Wait.
Hey, what's going on?
Now I've done it. Sorry, Jill. Wait. I'll go and get another rope.
Barry? Barry!
What the hell, Barry? Yeah, this is a defining point in the game, because if you don't actually wait for Barry to come back and drop you the rope, then he will definitely die in the game, and I'm simply not going to allow that. So if you dick around here for a few seconds, Barry eventually comes back. And that tombstone can be examined for a secret passage, but I'll show you that in a bit.
Hey! Are you there, Jill? Grab the rope! I'm sorry, Jill.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Sorry. I was really careless.
Are you okay, Barry? Maybe you're getting tired.
No, I'm all right. Don't worry. Jill, I found something.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
Yep, Jill's gonna take that. The passcode for the door over by the original safe box and healing room. That's over on the west side of the mansion. But anyway, I'm going to investigate this here tombstone now. And there's a switch below it. We never find out who the tombstone belongs to in this version of the game, although the remake addresses that. And anyway, oh my god, there's a secret passage beneath it. So we're just going to climb down there, and you get some pretty freaky music here that I quite like, as well as some of our old pals, the zombies, who, again with the shotgun, literally no threat at all. That music can't help but unsettle me. Every time I come to this part of the game, I'm always expecting something really, really bad. As you'll see, it's, to be honest, relatively safe, and that zombie there was so little threat that, you know what, I felt kind of bad for him, so I decided not to shoot him. And then he lives on in eternal undeath. Oh well, maybe I should have killed him. These munchy chums over here have a couple of green herbs, so that one's too busy eating to notice me. For some reason I had some invincibility frames as a result, but yeah, I've got more shotgun ammo that I can really use at this point in the game, so unless I'm getting really sloppy anyway. But I'm just gonna get some green herbs here, combine them together just in case of any unfortunate encounters with a hunter. I had hoped to get out of that there battle with Yawn the Snake relatively unscathed, but it can be kind of tough to dodge. Anyway, I've unlocked this door from the other side. And where are we but the basement kitchen? Oh, it's not really that appetizing. Let's head over here. Oh my god, it's a zombie. And he's dead in one hit. Well, that was kind of weird. Yeah, it is kind of strange in the original game that they have a special cutscene for that zombie, yet he isn't any stronger. In the director's cut remake, though, he's considerably stronger. He takes a couple of extra blasts, but even then, no special attacks. I think he might be a tiny bit faster. Couldn't be 100%. Out here we've got some hunters, so you definitely want to be quick on your toes. Because otherwise, well, you're probably going to end up getting your head chopped off. And as you see there, that was 2 hits, and that's not done as much damage as I expected to do, but sometimes they can just clean one-shot you and take your head right off, and that's a real dick move, to say the least. Oh, another surprise zombie, and, well, I surprised him with a shotgun blast, but then he's had his revenge. I do like the way that one kind of sneaks around the corner there. It's probably the Here's Johnny moment of this game. And yeah, I'm still wondering about that tiger statue at the moment, but I'm just going to head over here first of all. Because we've got that helmet key, and we might as well use it. Right there, we've got a little hunter. And yep, the aiming can be a bit wonky in this game. And that's not just an excuse, because in fact on the original Japanese version of the game and in the director's cut version of the game, you've got auto aim anyway, and basically even it'll miss half the time, so it doesn't say a lot about the game's aiming. Anyway, gonna drop off a few items here. Or not. Yes, that's right, I probably didn't really need to go there. Old age, dementia, and there's that little hunter hiding under the stairs, but I just decided to leave him there. I mean, he ain't bothering me, I ain't gonna bother him. But there is one over here that's gonna bother me. Cheeky bastard. I'm really not showing off how to fight the hunters very well in this video, so if you're ever in doubt after watching this video, you'll just know to bring some healing items with you. There we go. All 3 uses of the helmet key, and it's useless now. So let's fuck that into the bin. And this room in here really reminds me of one of the rooms in the Evil Dead 2 in the newbie cabin. To the head of security department, X day is approaching. Complete the following orders within the week. Lure the members of STARS into the lab and have them fight with the BOW in order to obtain actual data of battles. Collect 2 embryos per BOW type, making sure to include all species except for the Tyrant. Destroy the Arkley lab, including all researchers and lab animals, in a manner which will seem accidental. As I was saying, something about the stag's head up there and the placement of the items just really reminds me of the Nobi mansion. But apparently there's nothing useful here, but actually there was. The magnum rounds that I was trying to pick up. And just to go ahead and show you this here puzzle, it doesn't look like there's anything interesting in the stag's head if you examine it in the light. So if you turn off the light, oh look, now there's something shining there that Jill couldn't see before. How she managed to avoid a ruby even in the light, I don't know. But if you remember, apparently some tigers have red eyes and some have blue eyes and some have both. And they're made of jewels. Very interesting tigers in Japan, it would seem. But yeah, we can finally trade in that there red gem to the tiger and see what we'll get behind it. But first of all, we're going to head over here. And we've got that keypad from Barry, the keypad number rather. And yeah, you can't actually attempt the enter code, it just automatically does it for you. And we're actually able to explore this western mansion. And look, it's a zombie and he's dead. And that one, yeah, I'm testing to make sure he isn't just one of those dead enemy sprites that they sometimes chuck in that the other zombies eat. But he was actually a real zombie, so I tested him out with the old shotgun just to be sure. Okay, I needed a green herb. And obsessively reloading. We probably could have easily ran past those zombies because again they're not particularly threatening. And he's pretty dead to say the least. And we're going to check into this here little door off to the side. And there's plenty of grenade rounds. And it's the explosive variety this time. They're the most common variety, and to be honest, not that great, but against almost every enemy other than hunters, they're still pretty useful. And hey, we've got a battery. And the battery you can actually use to shift the elevator that's out in the garden area. And over here, this elevator is actually an elevator down to the kitchen area. So you don't have to use the keypad door at all if you just take the lift up, but you know, the keypad's there for a reason. I thought I'd show it off. And again, there's a zombie at the end of the corridor that's literally giving me no grief at all, so why kill him? Unlike this guy, it's getting up in my face. So I've blown up at his face. Ho ho ho. Oh god. Anyway, I lockpick this here, and again some magnum rounds. I think the game's hinting at something, that maybe we're going to get some kind of weapons in the future. Something that would use magnum rounds. I can't think of what it would be. And again, 3D sprite for the actual bookshelf there, and that means it can be shifted. And look, it's an ink ribbon that I definitely don't need. And over here, you've got some handgun ammo that I definitely don't need. This has proven to be a great secret room so far. But what have we got here? You can look over to the courtyard, and it's a helicopter port. If I could contact the other members from there. Well, Jill, finish your thought. Why don't you finish your sentence, girl? And over here, it's another zombie. Oh, and I didn't get close enough to pop his head. That's kind of embarrassing. Scrapbook. May 20th, around 10 p.m, a 20-year-old woman's body was found by a passerby on the Left Bank Marble River in the Cider district of Raccoon City. Raccoon police assumed it to be a grizzly or another animal's doing because there are teeth marks along her mutilated arms and left foot that show considerable power. Since she was wearing a hiking boot on her remaining foot, it has been determined that she was attacked in the Arklay Mountains and fell into the river. They are hurrying to identify the woman. Some people claim they've been seeing monsters in the Arklay Mountains. The monsters are supposedly about the same size as a large pack of dogs and usually run in a pack as wolves do. I do like that headline. This may sound like a group of ordinary wild dogs, but these monsters are surprisingly fierce and hard to hurt. They say these dogs won't bother you unless you wake them, so you smart readers out there should stay out of the Arklay Mountains for the time being. But if you're looking for adventure, check it out. You wanna try? Mystery in Arklay Mountains. Mountain road blocked. Due to successive disasters in Arklay Mountains, the city authorities have decided to block the road leading to the foothills. At the same time, Raccoon Police intend to begin the search for lost people with the help of STAR's team members. They expect great difficulty because of the vast size of Arklay Mountains and the primeval forest that covers most of the area. Also, people are still reporting sightings of grotesque monsters in the mountains. Well, that didn't make for good reading, but you got a wee bit of background into how things were going down in Raccoon City before, you know, it started to go really south like in Resident Evil 2. But yep, there's a broken bookshelf and we got a switch here, so might as well push it. And hey, there's a square lid up there and one of those weird Roman bust statues once again. So we're just going to push it over here onto that square that's being very obviously lit up. Again, I'm not sure if you would even call this much of a puzzle, would you? There are other more legitimate puzzles in the game, but pushing statue to obvious spot wouldn't really be one of them. And over here, what have we got hidden in this study? An ammo disc. Not really sure what that is, so may as well check it out. Can't read the little note, but it seems to be a startup disc. And what about the battery? Now I can move the elevator. Yes, you can, Jill. And here's the red jewel, and it's shining beautifully. Nice. And what about the magnum rounds? I like the little label on them. And a nice design on them as well. And they're for the Cold Python. Ah. So does that mean we're gonna get a Cold Python? I wonder. Well, anyway, it's time to do a little bit of backtracking. We've now explored all the rooms in the mansion as Wesker had requested us to do. And I'm gonna take the lift down to the kitchen, because in actual fact it's going to save me a wee bit of time. Get the lift down to the basement and then backtrack up the stairs to the kitchen and then head back around to the tiger statue. But hey, it looks like there's another dead zombie in the ground. And now he's completely dead. Dead. Dead a second time. Permanently dead. A state of permanent death. Yes, that'll do. And I'm showing off the descriptions of some of the items in the kitchen. As you can see, everything's useless and there's no items to be found, so it's not great. And I just cut out the backtracking to get here, and it's time to use that tiger's eye. That was one funky-eyed tiger, let me tell you. Well, I've never seen a tiger of that colour either, but I guess it's a statue. Don't look at it too literally. And yes, now we have the Cold Python that I mysteriously neglect to use in most of this Let's Play. The Colt is absolutely beautiful, and I can't recommend it enough. It's almost exactly like Barry's gun, if not the very same gun. And it'll pop off zombies' heads in a single shot no matter the distance. We'll usually one-shot the hunters. We'll usually one-shot dogs. Very rare where it won't one-shot a dog. And it can even take out the snake and all other sorts of creatures with relative ease. That's why they kind of bone you on the ammo. And anyway, I've got a lot of backtracking to do here. I'm gonna just take the pathway back through that creepy basement via the kitchen. Mainly because I've cleared out all the enemies here, and if I was to try and go back through the first floor or the second floor, it would be Hunter Central. And you know what? If you've got time to spare, which most of you probably will the first time you play this game, then, you know, you may as well take the safe route back. I'm not going to get attacked by enemies, and the scariest thing about it's actually just the music, so hey. Again, if you are playing the game for the first time, I do recommend you taking your time. Basically, there's always secrets in the Resident Evil games where if you finish them in under 3 hours, you'll get special weapons. They usually tend to be ridiculously overpowered and the final weapon in the game, and can kill most enemies in a single shot. But, you know, it's not really that fun playing through the game like that, because there's literally no challenge at that stage. So the first time you try to play through it, I wouldn't bother trying to aim for finishing the game in 3 marks personally. It's probably just going to make you hate the game a bit more. But run around here, down these stairs, and we're actually going to be backtracking out to the garden area again now that we've got this battery. But first I'm going to have to do a wee bit of inventory management once again. We'll be able to use that there battery out in the garden. And basically you'll see what that does in a second. But if you've studied the map of the garden area, you'll notice that there is a hidden ladder seemingly down in the courtyard where the elevator should go to. But it's blocked by a waterfall. But the only way to get down there without the lift means that you have to actually cause the waterfall to happen by diverting the water source. So now that we've got this battery, well, we can see what's behind there. Wesker didn't order us to go, but you know, may as well. If you've seen everything in the mansion and it hasn't really tied everything up, then may as well get nosy. I don't know why Jill just didn't order a cab. But yeah, grenade rounds are brilliant for hunters, and there's nothing more satisfying than blowing the arms and legs off those bastards. Let me tell you, if you've ever been head swiped by them once, you'll never forget it. You might even find them a bit easy after that, bearing in mind that you don't want to let them get close, but they'll always haunt you in a certain way that no other enemies in Resident Evil manage to do. And to me it always felt like in the games that came afterwards they were always trying to top the hunters, until finally they came to Code Veronica and were like, you know what, let's just fucking throw the hunters back in there. They're pretty much better than these other lame mutants. And I think they made a tiny cameo in Resident Evil 3, but there was another super mutant style enemy that was there to replace them for the earlier sections of the game. That was again a bit lackluster by comparison. We're done in this garden. And now we can use the battery here, because it had been pulled out. Then we're going to take the lift back up to the garden. See, this is real fun. I'm sure this is one of these puzzles that probably work a lot better on paper than it does in practice, because there's not a lot of fun to be had just by randomly backtracking like this. Run all the way back in here, to divert the water again, to then run back into here and take the lift down again. All the while being serenaded by the same loop of a dog howling. And for some reason I jumped down here until I remember, no, that's not what I'm supposed to do. I was supposed to divert the water. I'd like to blame that on Jill, but that was all me. I'm so sorry. And you get no special CGI cinema for the lake filling up. It's only for grinning, baby. But hey, at least the sound of that there flowing water is gone. That was making me need to pee a lot more than I needed to. So we take the lift back down. And those lifts, for some reason, when I was doing this playthrough, seemed to be a wee bit fidgety. I couldn't get them working first time a lot of the time. And never really had that problem before. Although, usually I would just run onto the lifts, mashing the action button to activate them. But down here, there's a ladder behind the waterfall, or ex-waterfall. And we appear to be in some sort of caverns. But we've got a little cutscene coming up here, so I'm going to turn up the volume.
Oh, Jill, what good timing. A moment ago I heard someone's voice coming from this hole. Let's go together since it's dark and we can't see very well.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, then I'm gonna cover you. Let's hurry. Hey, are you all right? I can go first if you want me to.
Okay, let's go, Barry. I'm depending on you.
Well, he hasn't exactly been the most trustworthy person so far, but I'm gonna put my faith back into him. I love Barry. I mean, he's just so jolly, and he loves that cold python so much. Over here, we've got first aid spray and some grenade rounds. Might as well take the grenade rounds since I'm here. And there's a non-working power generator. This area is kind of creepy again, and in the Saturn version you fight differently modelled enemies instead of hunters here. And speaking of hunters... Barry's got my back after all. I knew he wouldn't let me down, you see. Anyway, through here we're going to have another cutscene, so I'm going to shush.
Is that Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Wait there! Are you with anybody, Jill?
What? Oh, yes!
Enrico!
So, Barry and Jill together.
Are you all right, Enrico?
The stars are doomed. Someone is a traitor. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella.
Enrico!
Well, it looks like he's dead. Barry is investigating. And with Enrico dead, pretty much in Jill's game, that's almost all of Bravo Team gone. Which isn't really a great sign, is it? But hey, we've got another crank. What's so special about this? Why do we need two cranks? Oh, this is a heck ship crank. I see. So now we've got the honor of carrying two cranks with us. Oh joy. And the hunters are back out in force, but that's why we've got these explosive rounds. Barry's investigating on Rico's body. I'm not sure what he's intending to find there, but since he is... Oh man, it's so bad. But yes, since Barry's there, he's not going to be covering our back anymore. I'm going to reload the old bazooka. I get my aim there. That was auto aim, and once again you seen how it missed. Wasted a good bazooka round. But actually, with Jill's game, you get so many different guns and different ammo for it in comparison to Chris that it actually does make her game considerably easier because you've got ample ammo to take things on. It's just as much as you can really carry. So as long as you aren't missing all the time, as badly as I do, then you'll definitely be able to take out just about every enemy in the game if you are so inclined, but it's just kind of wasting your time because you get no rewards for it usually. And for some reason the crank spins round a massive, I don't even know what that is, it's like some sort of temporary ground, but somebody decides to make into a hole instead via a crank. I mean, I guess it's a security system, but I just can't really see why anybody would want that. Makes no sense to me, but oh no, Indiana Jones time! It's a boulder! So we run to the side, and we are saved from the terrible boulder of doom. And I hope there's a nice gold idol behind that. Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure I got my old grenade launcher. Fuck the hunter that was there. I don't know how he managed to live behind a wall that had been previously only revealed by a boulder crashing through it. Where was he getting his food? And we got some flame rounds there. Suppose they'll be useful, not quite the gold idol I was hoping for. And next, through this door, we're going to be up against a boss. I'm trying to decide on what weapon to use, but I decided to stick with the grenade launcher. And that music, that's definitely a giveaway that it's got to be a boss. And it's the big old spider. And he shoots out like a three-way poison attack, which is annoying, because you wouldn't think to burn the blue herb down here, but they're generous enough to give you an anti-poison item after the fight. What a few grenade rounds and he's dead. But the door's all covered with webs, and now we've got horrible tiny spiders as well that have broken out his body, so that's no good. Let's get the hell out of there. Because a cheap little trick, running out of the room, means that the little spiders will despawn. So that's probably the first thing you should do. Not unless you've been cutting at the web door the whole time with the spider boss fight, which is kind of suicidal. I wouldn't recommend you do that. But there's combat knife over here, because they're not cruel enough to make you run back to an item box, thank God. Although, God forbid you should get here and not have a free item slot, because then you are just going to have to backtrack or waste ammo or something in order to get past this door. And that would really, really piss you off. So there's your pro tip. If you're going into this area, always keep at least one free item slot. Or two, in fact, because of the hex crank. We've got a safe room back here. First aid spray and a ink ribbon, as well as a blue herb, which we're definitely going to need there, given the fact that we're poisoned. Ooh, got me an eagle medal. And then I use the gold herb that heals you full as well as gets rid of poison. And I don't even pick up the blue herb in the end, because I'm like, ha, who needs it? I'm already well prepared. And you should be too. And there's some incredibly non-threatening snakes here. Oh no. Yep. Weren't they tough? I do wonder why they put their snake enemies into this game. And over here, well, there's one of those massive boulders again, so yeah, let's just get the boulder over with. Maybe there'll be a golden idol this time. Hey, is that a map behind that boulder? Who would stick a map behind a giant boulder? Oh well, probably best not thinking about that. And we've got a map of the underground. Yay! I call them the caverns. The game calls it the underground. Potato, potato. And that's another one of these MO discs, but still don't know what it's for. As you can see, there's a hex here, a hex crank hole, sorry, and if you check the map, there's a little hidden passageway off to the left here, it says, that we can't see. So we're going to be using this here hex crank, and you end up doing this 3 times, so I cut out the other 2. Basically, it's a separate scene of it moving 1 space each time, so that's why I cut the other 2 turns out. And that gives us this hole to the left that reveals there's the door that was shown on the map. So the map had some use, I guess. And you can see here, there's a little pressure pad there that's revealing the item there, but then again, you have to have constant pressure on it, so we're going to need to use this statue. And there's a hexagonal hole there, and what it does is actually moves a bit of the wall out here. So let's go ahead and use the hex crank. It had been against the wall flat, so you couldn't drag it out, so you have to use this to push it out, then move that back into the wall, so that you've actually got the space to push it towards the pressure pad. It's probably the toughest puzzle in this game, really. Maybe next to the V-Jolt, but I didn't even have to do that, so ha! And we've got our second Doom book. And there was a medal inside the first, so let's see what's inside the second. Yay, there was a medal in the book, and this time it's the Silver Wolf medal. That's nice. So we've got a golden eagle and a silver wolf. And actually, that's us going to be done with the caverns area, or the underground rather. I'm taking the lift out of there because the place smelled like crap and was full of hunters. And poor old Rico. But who was the traitor he was on about? All will be revealed. And there's again plenty of green and blue herbs there if you need them. I don't, because I'm fantastic. And let's just use the wolf here. And what's around here? An eagle. Yep, so let's just use the eagle statue. Or sorry, emblem, and oh look. You know what? Whoever designed this dimension really liked hiding passageways behind directional water facilities. I don't really get how that one works, how there was a surface lake over an elevator. Doesn't look like the elevator's particularly rusty or anything there, but hey, video game logic, what can you do? And the door's tightly locked, and there's a plate on the right hand side. Let's read the plate. It's an emergency exit, and it's not going to open unless there's a first class emergency. And what kind of place are we at now? Definitely seems to be a little more lived in than the underground area was. Yes, in fact, we've actually arrived at the hidden laboratory that we've read so much about. This is Umbrella's laboratory, and this is, as far as we're aware, the source of the outbreak, the original source. And we've got another ammo disc. They just seem to be piling up. And this here door's been electronically locked, so that's no good. But yeah, we've got lots of ammo discs, and we're at the place where all the zombies began, I guess, and all the experiments. Umbrella's little laboratory, and here's a naked zombie. Yeah, let's not bother with a naked zombie. Instead, we're gonna sneak through a door, and again through another door, and check out what's going on in here. And I was wrong before, this is probably the toughest puzzle in the game, and it's not that hard. You turn on a light switch and you see a picture over here. Something's written on the picture, but they're in strange glyphs. So you might want to take a note of those glyphs for something that's coming ahead. Researcher's letter. Dear Ada, Ada, by the time you read this, I'll be something different. Today's test turned out to be positive, just as I expected. I feel like going crazy when I think about becoming one of them. Ada, you're not infected, and I hope you never will be. In case you're the last one left, take the material in the visual data room and go to the power room to operate the triggering system before you escape, and make all this public through the media. If everything is in order, all the locks can be opened by the security system. You can access the system if you log in with my name from the terminal in the small lab and enter the password. The password is your name. To unlock the door B2 where the visual data room is located, you'll need to access with our names first and then another password. I've written the code below. I'm sure you'll understand it easily, and this is my last hope. If you find me completely changed, please kill me yourself. John, Ada. And fans of the sequels or the series of the game will come to know that Ada is a pretty important character in the series, whereas John is not. And hidden behind that there movable bookshelf is this strange light switch. And then you can see what the letters actually say on the wall. And with the puzzle from John's letter, you're going to have to go with the glyphs that were on the wall originally, and then translate them against that there. So, by looking at the both, you find out that the little code that John's given you is for a password mole. Why mole, I don't know. But it's been burned into my memory forever, like finishing moves from the original Mortal Kombat games and stuff. And hey, what's over here? Oh, this door's electronically locked. There's a passcode panel here, but we don't have any passcode. So I wonder what's behind that door. If it's going to need passcodes, maybe it's the final boss or something. Naked zombie, get out of my face. And here's some more naked zombies. There's a hidden ink ribbon in that hole over there, but let's not bother with that. And here's the door locked from the inside. And the power room door, which is tightly locked. Not electronically though, so it's going to need a key. And the nude zombie gets the jump on me. I thought I could sneak past, but I was nowhere near as sneaky as I thought I was. We'll go in here. Now it seems to be some sort of computery lab room. There's something on the floor over there. But first I'm going to go look at the computer. And I've always really liked this wee touch in the game. The sequels didn't really have anything like this here, where you have a separate 3D modeled computer or anything to look at. It was always just a fairly boring rendered background. I just thought the idea of these little umbrella computers was quite cool. We log on under John's name, as his diary hinted at to do though. And the password here, Ada Wong. So we're going to be unlocking some doors. First of all, we'll unlock the doors down on the third basement that we're currently at. Pachow. Unlocked, baby. And B2 is the one that's got the additional security lock on it. But thanks to our sleuthing skills, we know that the password is mole. So Jill is just going to type that in now, and yay! got the basement 2 door open. And that's all we really need to use the computer for, so we just log out. Let's check out that item on the floor. It's some slides. Slides are always good, aren't they? Where are we going to use the slides? And I really hope it isn't just like somebody's bad holiday photos. Another new zombie. But, again, nudity does not prevent him from the shotgun blast to the head. Why the zombies are naked here and not in lab coats, I'll never know, incidentally. I don't know if they were just having some sort of like nude slumber party when the virus broke out, or maybe when their skin started to get itchy. Maybe then they all decided to take their clothes off. Maybe that wasn't helping. But over here, hey, it's a projector, and we just got some slides. 1 + 1 equals 2. It seems to be a research report. Well, thank God it's not holiday slides. Umbrella Inc. Bioweapons Materials. There's the Bioweapon Official Report. And there's the Cerberus dog. And the Neptune. So it looks like these were deliberately designed. And the Hunter. Somebody actually deliberately made the Hunter. And there's a Tyrant. And a blank slide. And oh my God, is that Wesker? Wesker's a part of Umbrella? Yep. Wesker has got a lot of questions to answer the next time I see him. And there's an obvious panel with a switch. And there's something hidden behind that pillar, apparently. And we got ourselves a lab key. Let's check that out. A strange mark's engraved here. Yay. And over here, security system, helicopter port. Executives and government officials only on helicopter port. This restriction may not apply in case of an accident. Passage to the helicopter. No one is allowed to enter unless they are attended by a research consultant or security director. All others will be shot on sight. Elevator. The elevator stops during emergencies. Visual Data Room. The Visual Data Room is within the control of Special Research Division. Keith Irving, the room manager, is designated to have jurisdiction over the room usage. Sanitation Division controls the usage of the prison. Consultant researchers E. Smith, S. Ross, A. Wesker must be present if the virus is used. No one is allowed to enter unless he presents all the passcode documents. Passcode documents must be created on the specialized output machine by the chief researcher of each block. Only headquarters supervisors may enter. This restriction may not apply if the consultant researcher has received special instructions. No one is allowed to use the passcode output machine but the chief researchers. Regarding the progress of Tyrant after the use of T-Virus and the remaining documents unreadable. Well, that certainly got a lot of information there. First of all, looks like we're going to need some sort of emergency in order to get the authorization to leave this place. Secondly, it looks like that's a prison behind that passcode door. We're going to need 3 different passcodes, and thankfully we've got all the little discs for them. We're just going to need to find the machines. And I wonder who could be in the prison. But definitely things have taken a turn for the sinister. What Wesker was doing in that there little family photo of the Umbrella corporations is unknown. Maybe he was just friends with them though. And it's a nude zombie gangbang in here. So that's what shotguns were made for. Facts. This memorandum is strictly confidential and must be destroyed as soon as it is understood. Regarding the T-virus outbreak which occurred recently, this committee conducted a field survey. According to the survey results, the estimates on the amount of damage caused by the accident are considerably greater than reported earlier. First, although it is very difficult to obtain accurate data in terms of actual numbers, it is thought that more than half the researchers died after exposure to the T-virus. The body count will most likely increase since nearly all of the survivors show symptoms peculiar to the T-virus. Second, our security system is still in operation. However, our special security guard squad has been nearly destroyed. Because of that, research information considered by our company to be top secret has been made available to outsiders. Countermeasures should be taken as soon as possible. Finally, many of the subjects from the experiment have escaped and are out of control. We believe that some researchers were killed by these subjects and their bodies were mutilated. By curious coincidence, these events are proof of success of our research. However, there are also very high risk that this news may be leaked to the press if we don't act immediately. The condition is very serious. Our operation to cover up the situation will be difficult to attain. However, we hope the problem will be solved quickly. We are especially concerned that the state police and STARS are intervening too quickly. We will need to act on this situation as well. Well, that was a rather damning fax for whoever intended. It does look like these weapons were created deliberately. And hey, this requires the ammo disc, so it's the first of those machines, and we got ourselves a passcode. I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that because you have done this, and you have not withheld your son, your only son. Genesis 22:16. Well, that's a rather odd passcode. But yeah, as the facts kind of revealed there, it looks like somebody was wanting something done about the STARS team, and that means us. May as well get these ink ribbons here. Why not? But who would have had a problem with the STARS team investigating this here accident? And there's another respawning zombie. Thankfully I get the headshot him this time. And I go into this room accidentally, because there's nothing more to be done in here. And in fact, just going in there is just going to give me more respawning zombies, so yeah, I need to get past this one. Misjudge the distance here. And I'm able to use the pay room key here, which is now no longer needed. So I'll be putting that away for good. And I'll reload the old shotgun. Yes, yep. I was right to guess that there was going to be another zombie there. But yeah, now that we've got to the lab, I'm going to make that the end of this here video currently. Just going to get rid of some items first and pick up a few more. Some handy flame rounds, for instance. But on the next video, we're going to be exploring the rest of this here laboratory. And hopefully find out what is exactly going on with Wesker. And also, what's going on in that prison? Who's in there? And why? Anyway, this has been part 3 of Let's Play Resident Evil on the PlayStation. I'm Megatron Bison, and thanks very much for watching if you've managed to watch all through this. I'll see you next time.